Hey folks, Dave here again. I just wanted to talk with you guys while I'm driving, because usually when I'm driving, I have some pretty good thoughts that come to mind and kind of leads to more things and can be some of the best like quiet time you ever have. But I just want to share with you how I came up with the name of my business with Home Remedy. So I think that it really came from the idea of kind of working as a handyman on the side, and knowing that a majority of the calls that I would take would be about fixing small things inside of a home. So not necessarily like remodels or like upgrades to things, but could be a leak, could be broken switch, could be air's not working as it should, could be water damage to something that needed to be fixed, dryer vents cleaned out. So a lot of like maintenance things, but things that help out with your home, and also like your well being. Um, so I thought about it, and I'm like, so the definition of remedy essentially is to solve an issue, solve a problem. Um, so I came up with Home Remedy because I enjoy solving problems for folks. So solving issues, helping them out with their home maintenance, the home repairs, the things that come up. I I tend to overextend myself a little bit, um, and and I'm sure some of my customers can tell you that. Like, I will have a jam-packed schedule, but where I think I fall different from some other folks is no matter what the schedule is that I have, if someone needs me right now, I can generally drop what I'm doing and be there to take care of that, um, whenever it's a major issue. So, kind of staying true to the roots of why I started the business. I want to be there for you. I want to be there anytime that I'm needed, um, and anytime that something arises where you don't know what the solution would be. I can help you find it. So that's the idea of Home Remedy. So outside of Home Remedy, the name of the business, I really thought about, well, what is my, say, my motto, my mantra. What will that be? So this kind of goes way back to whenever I really decided that I wanted to start the handyman job. Is I grew up on a farm, and my father was a mechanic. My grandfather was a factory worker and a farmer, and and the men around me were just fixers. Everything that we had, we fixed ourselves. So if they couldn't figure out how to fix it, then they would phone a friend, or do research on how to fix things. This was way before the internet and other stuff. So we generally just solved our own issues, took care of our own problems. So people have asked me before, it's like, how do you know how to do this stuff? And I'm like, just because it's kind of become second nature, so to speak, on certain things. Um, just kind of having a understanding of how things operate and how things are put together, and I'm not afraid to take something apart. And so that's kind of where it all began. And even now, whenever something comes up that I'm not quite sure about, I will research the heck out of it to figure out exactly what I need to do. I don't I don't just jump on YouTube and look at somebody's video and be like, oh yeah, that's it. I want to know why certain things operate the way they do. Looking at schematics and understanding, how things are wired. What kind of resistances and voltages things require. So, so it all comes back to to research and figuring things out. So that was instilled for me from my grandfather and my father. So that's kind of where things started. Um, we kind of always hated to have to call someone. It reminds me of an old I'm from Mount Airy, North Carolina, originally. Place you might know as Mayberry. So the Andy Griffith Show. Andy Griffith was born in the town, so that's kind of where things started for the show. Well, there was one episode where an outdoor freezer, like a deep freezer, starts messing up, and Andy tells Aunt Bee that she needs to call the man to come fix it. Well, so she doesn't. She hires somebody else to try to fix it. He doesn't really fix it. They had a whole side of beef about to go bad, and Andy finally tells her to just call the man. Well, I want to be that man. So I want to be the one that you're calling, the one that can come in and help fix those problems. So, so I decided. So that's kind of how things started. But so speaking about my motto and my tagline, my mantra is, we're going to coin this as be the remedy. So I started thinking about this more and more and more. I'm like, what does this mean to be the remedy? And it's to be the fixer, to be the problem solver, to be the one that initiates change, to be the one that encourages folks, to be the one to bring up solutions for people, and takes it one step further. The one to love others, the one to be patient, be kind, all the fruits of the Spirit, all those things kind of roll into being the remedy. Christ tells us to love each other and to love our neighbors, and we can't do that whenever we're not trying to be some of those problem solvers and the people that try to take care of things, relationships included. It's not just material things, it's everything. Another thing that has been heavy on my mind through the last 2 years have been like mental health. So if you want to be the remedy, take that step to see somebody and talk about mental health, because we got to take care of ourselves so that we can help take care of others whenever it's needed. That is very important. It's something that's often overlooked, and for the folks that might struggle with it, sometimes it's hard to explain, but it is there. It's a driving force in some of our minds that can be debilitating sometimes. So take care of yourself. Be the remedy for yourself in this too. So I'm going to come out with some more stuff about that. So that I've got different directions that my business is going to be taking fairly soon, and I've got other things that I want to include as far as my home service contracts. But on top of that, I want to have my friends, my community, my family, and those around me start thinking about this, being the remedy, being the change maker, being the person to offer love, the person to offer a solution to a problem, the person to seek the solution. It could be calling the man, whatever the case may be. But I don't want to. The one thing I wouldn't want is for one of my friends, a loved one, whoever, to be the person that is not trying to offer those things to someone else. Because I think we were all kind of born with that intrinsic love for other people and willingness to help and to do good. So that's what I hope to see throughout 2023 and for many years to come. So more to come on Be the Remedy, and we will talk at you guys a little bit later. Thanks for listening.